Hey guys. So I just wanted to recap our first date because it typically sounds better when I actually, talk about it. So I have a pretty raspy voice anyway, if you can hear me, but when Steph and I met for the first time, I was already sick. So we went to a Halloween party, or we met at a Halloween party. She approached me first, by the way. And we waited about a week and a half to go on our first date. And like while we were doing this, I was struggling, and like my voice increasingly, like if I talked too much during the day, would just go like that. It kept getting sort of like wispier and wispier. So we'd already planned to go out the weekend beforehand, and like something happened and I canceled. And so I knew I couldn't cancel again. So, and I asked her out. She said yes, thankfully. And we went to this place called the Gin Joint, which is super loud, lots of, jazz bar, really good food, but it was super loud. And, we were struggling to talk because we had to, raise our voice a lot. And I tend to have a pretty loud voice anyway, but I was having to yell, and I could feel it every time I did it. I could feel like my throat tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. So we go to leave, and like I can barely speak at this point, but we were having a good time, so I wanted to keep it rolling. There are these two gay guys there that to this day Steph still says swears that I planted. Um, and like I didn't know if we were gonna leave or what was gonna happen, but one of the guys was like, "Oh, you get to go home with that," to Steph, and then the other started talking to her about like her dress, but it was a good sign, and I did say that I planted them because it made me look good. So we ended up walking around after that for like 4 hours, and I don't know how I did that, and I was really hurting, but at some point it started to rain, so we took cover in this like little restaurant, and I said, hey, can I kiss you? It was like that, and I cannot believe that she would even stand 6 feet from me, but we did. She kissed me, and I knew at that point, and it was a great kiss, like it was electric, and I knew at that point I was like, man, like this is really different, or this girl's crazy, or both. But it's just something where it's like when that happened, I knew, like in my mind, I was like, man, I can marry this girl, and I've never really said that to anybody else or Steph. But, I had that feeling from like almost the first date. And for me, that's like really weird because I really had never felt that way before. But I just remember driving home, one, being in pain, but two, being like, that was totally worth it because, I just feel like we started something. So hopefully that answers your question. On to the next one.